As with most everyone in the United States of America, I had very vivid memories of 9/11. On that day, I was at a meeting at MIMS up in Baltimore. I remember clearly someone came in and said a plane hit the World Trade Center. Quite honestly, the first thing we thought was a small Piper Cub somehow lost control and would hit a building in New York City. A few minutes later, someone came in and said it was a commercial airliner. When we heard that, we were really confused because it just would not expect a commercial airliner to hit a high-rise building in New York City like that. Then there was a second building was struck, and that's when it really hit us very hard and clear that we knew it was terrorism. We knew it was an event in the United States that had not been witnessed previously, and there were going to be very dramatic and traumatic consequences from this. When the buildings collapsed, we were shocked. At that point in time, we were watching on television, the building collapsed. And I remember my first comment was, there's going to be several hundred firefighters and police officers who die. I mean, you could just tell from that collapse, you knew the size of the New York City Fire Department, and you just knew it was going to be a really, really tragic day, unheard of in the United States Fire Service, and it was. I think the public perception of fire departments and fire service changed that day also. I think it was such a graphic, horrific event. They saw the sacrifice that firefighters made. They saw how they responded in under the worst of any conditions. And they did their duty, and they were dedicated, and they were there for public safety. And I think that memory, that day, kind of solidified what firefighters are about day in and day out that the public doesn't see. But in this case, it was so dramatic and such a worldwide event. I think the public really understands better and actually appreciates much more what firefighters do day in and day out. With regard to fire service training, that obviously has changed. There's a new challenge with terrorism. The scale of what we may respond to has been greatly increased due to 9/11. The federal government involvement in training programs through the Department of Homeland Security, through FEMA, through the United States Fire Administration. Training is more intense, it's more involved, there's more procedures. There's a whole system here now throughout the United States, not only how you train, but how you respond to these emergencies. And that's put an extra burden on fire and rescue training academies. But you can see throughout the country, and particularly here in the state of Maryland, we've stepped up, we changed our training courses, we recognize the hazards, we continue to recognize the future potential of these type of events and have made dramatic changes to our training programs.